What's up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the always awesome Dr. Disaster, and it's really sad when a franchise has outlived the creative juices of the studio that made it. There was a time when Borderlands was renowned for its goofy character designs and crass humor. Now, the only joke is what gamers are expected to drop $70 for. It's hard to believe, based on these character designs here, that this is supposed to be from a Borderlands game.
What the hell is even that?
These days, just about anything that Gearbox does is considered a bit of a joke. The last few Borderlands games, between Borderlands 3 and Tiny Tina's Wonderland, have been bad enough that I would be lying if I said that I had any real hope for Part 4 when it comes out. In fact, based on the fact that the lead writer and narrative director for this game is Sam Winkler, who went to war with gamers last spring during the Sweet Baby debacle. Based on that fact that he's in charge of this game, I fully expect Borderlands 4 to be about on par with the movie.
I have a really bad feeling about this.
Yeah, this Sam Winkler fella wrote Borderlands 3, which was awful compared to its predecessors. It's when the franchise really started to fall off as far as I can tell, and he also wrote Tiny Tina, which was bloody awful in its own way. And now that the first trailer for the game has dropped, I have another reason to expect this game to be unplayable. The characters are about as bland as possible.
Lame-o.
And when you look at the character designs, well, I'm not inspired to want to play as any of them. They inspire me to take a nap because they are so bloody boring.
Hey everyone! Come and see how good I look!
Alright me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and also, don't forget to follow me over on Twitter or X, or whatever you want to refer to it as these days. I keep a list on there of games lousy with wokeness pinned to the account at all times for your reference. My handle over there is Dr. Disaster 1. Anyhow, let's dive on into Borderlands 4. First of all, the trailer itself looked reasonably okay. I can't say that the game is an automatic pass for me yet. They showed what looked to be some gameplay interspersed with the cinematic parts of the trailer, so I already appreciate it a lot more than the Witcher 4 trailer. There were some really cool concepts, some really cool designs of the bad guys in the trailer that, when fleshed out, might end up being sick as hell. But it's amazing how they can do that, how they can design the bad guys to look really cool, but then make these four here, the Vault Hunters for the game. They ended up looking like NPCs that you'd expect to see running around somewhere in the middle of the game. In my mind, the Vault Hunters from Borderlands 2 were the peak characters of the franchise. They were well designed from both an artistic and gameplay perspective. They just hit hard. Even Borderlands 3 had more appealing Vault Hunters than what we're being presented with in Part 4. These guys from 4 have an almost Concord-like appeal to them, and lots of gamers are agreeing with me. Over on the trailer, the comment section is chock full of people criticizing the design, despite the fact that the trailer has a pretty good ratio. This person here said, Borderlands 4 characters include Homeless 1, Homeless 2, Cyborg Viking, and Homeless 3. They make the enemies look so much cooler than the Vault Hunters. The Vault Hunters look like background characters you would find in a random town. Honestly, they'd be smart to redesign the Vault Hunters. You know, considering that enemies have a better design, can I join the bad guys please? And then this guy wrote, did they hire the Concord character designers for the Vault Hunters? They look terrible. Now, it's been suggested by some that in this game they will permit players to create their own characters, and if that does end up being the case, then I will retract my complaints to some degree. And this is entirely possible, by the way. After all, you got to create your own character in Tiny Tina. So yeah, if you can make your own character, then the character design isn't necessarily a problem, other than I will question why in the hell the people who put this trailer together didn't come up with a better set of design characters than this to show off their new game. It showcases a bit of a lack of creativity on their part, but whatever. No, a part of me is still holding out hope that this game ends up being good. After all, I have put in a ton of hours on Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel. Hell, I even played the heck out of an old poker game on the PS3 back in the day because one of the characters you could play against was Claptrap. So, I love the franchise, and I want to see it restored, but in my mind, the thing standing between Borderlands and its former greatness is the fact that Gearbox, like all the other studios in the gaming industry these days, they have let all the woke activist types take over. I'm sure that there are still a ton of very talented devs that put this game together. After all, the art style, the graphic novel art as they have called it, that still looks beautiful. But this Sam Winkler that wrote the game was arguing in favor of consultancy groups like Sweet Baby Inc. earlier this spring. This is him here on Twitter. He wrote, "I see this argument all the time against DEI and consultancy, and it just highlights the total misunderstanding of what being a good writer is. You don't somehow max out your stats and learn how to write every conceivable character, plot, or prose style." And for full context, he wrote this in response to people saying that hiring the likes of Sweet Baby to tell you how to write, for example, a black female character, hiring them is foolish, a lot of us have said. But this guy seems to think that someone who looks different than him is an alien species that he can't write for. I wonder if he thinks that J.R.R. Tolkien consulted elves before he wrote about them in The Lord of the Rings. Does he really think that people with different skin color have different emotions, different motivations? But whatever, this dude was clearly just trying to stick with his comrades in the industry. This isn't automatically disqualifying for Borderlands 4, but I'm definitely not expecting much from the game. And at this stage, unless something changes, this is one of those games to purchase when it goes on sale, if even then. But I'm going to leave it there. Drop your thoughts on Borderlands 4 into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.